Hello, 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 hello. This is
Hi.
Brittany, your podcast host today for Truth Be Told. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It is an honor to be here.
I'm so thankful that you took the time to talk to me today. I'm sorry about the time conflict. I forgot you're in Texas.
It's okay. Everybody I talk to is usually in Eastern. So when I saw three, I'm like, okay, that's two my time.
I'm actually in Eastern.
Oh, so you said it for me. I appreciate that.
I'm
Thank
sorry,
you.
that's my fault. Next time I'll make sure I clarify that. But thank you so much. I just had to put that out there. I like to be really real and authentic on here.
Yeah.
Before we get started, I just want to introduce you guys to my interviewer today. She's amazing. Her name is Eleni. This is episode number 11. It's called Self-Talk. I really thought about you for this topic because Eleni is a fitness coach and she's also an entrepreneur and she's very positive and just full of life. So I'm just honored that you came on the show today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your kind words.
So the only thing I wanted to start off with was just asking you, what is your definition of self-talk?
So for me, self-talk would be, what you really say in your head. And I would stress that it would be when you're going through something or at a stressful moment, because that is when you really know if you are, if you condition yourself to be positive, because it's easy to be happy when everything's good. But
Right.
when you're going through something or when it's a stressful moment, something as easy as three kids just running around, dropping water, throwing food, right? Like, what are you telling yourself in that moment? Or, if you're having an argument with somebody or a disagreement, what are you telling yourself in your head at that moment? So that's what I would define as self-talk, just going a little bit deeper than just normal and being on the surface.
Right, definitely. It's something that is a must for all mothers. I just want to let you know this is a safe place because I'm a mother too. I know sometimes we plan on our kids being somewhere or we try to, okay, I'm about to do this. We tell them one thing and they're kids. So, I'm like, okay, I'm learning, they're learning. And so I'm just like, it's cool. Yeah, I just kind of learned to go with the flow. I think that's what sometimes we don't allow ourselves to do sometimes. We always want to take control of a situation.
Right, yes.
Yeah. And so could you tell the audience what are some things that you do as far as what I'm gonna ask you this. What are four things that you say to yourself every day as far as self-talk?
So I tell myself that I'm so happy I woke up. And the reason why is because I went through a time of very, very dark depression. And I would wake up and be really mad that I woke up. I would wake up and be like, oh my, like it's almost like I didn't, like I wanted to, it's so sad to say this, but I mean, it's almost like I wanted to die in my sleep. Um, because I was so depressed and I was in such a dark place. So now I really tell myself, I am so happy and I'm so grateful that I woke up today. I'm happy because I can impact my kids and I can make a difference in somebody's life.
Right.
I tell myself that I love myself. I tell myself that I am proud of myself. And I tell myself that I am good enough.
Well, that sounds awesome. It sounds like you know how important it is to have a positive mindset.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've learned. Yes, it took a while and I still work on it, but yes, I've definitely come a very long way.
I love it. And see, you definitely reflect that as well. Your personality definitely shows that your self-image that you have come a long way. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey and what made you get into being a fitness coach and being on the self journey that you're on right now?
Absolutely. So I had my daughter in 2020 and I slowly started gaining some weight. And the more weight I gained, the deeper I fell in my depression. That's what it felt like. And 2021, I said, you know what? I am just gonna just start losing weight. And I'm just gonna do it.
Right.
So I just started losing weight. The first month I lost like 15 pounds. Second month I lost 11 pounds. And even though I did lose the weight, I wasn't feeling any better at all.
Mhm.
I was introduced to the products, to TLC products, which is the detox tea, the IASO detox tea, and Nutriverse multivitamin. And the reason why I stress this part about it is because the products helped change the course of my weight loss.
Okay.
Right? So it wasn't necessarily just like weight. Now my body is functioning the way it's supposed to, little by little, like it's actually getting better. So when I started taking the products, not only was I losing the weight, but I was feeling so much better. I had more energy. I had more, I was not so bloated.
Right.
So all of like, it's like a joke, an inside joke. It's like, you're not full of crap anymore because I was able
Right.
to go to the bathroom. And then, so I was definitely taking that every single day. I was detoxing my body and I was, taking my vitamins every single day. And then I found out about another thing called NRG.
Mhm.
And that is the true game changer as a mom. At this time, I was working full time. And I was a teacher, and
Oh,
being a
wow.
teacher, yes, being a teacher was very stressful.
Uh-huh.
Not because of the kids. I absolutely love the kids. I wish I could bring them home with me every day,
Right.
but just the paperwork and everything else that goes in it. So I would come home, I would like feed my kids, put them to bed, and I'd be so mad at night. I'd literally just be mad because I was tired. It wasn't just like that I was mad at them, I was just tired.
Right.
When I started taking NRG,
Mhm.
my my day just shifted. It helps with mental clarity, it helps with focus, and it gives you energy. I don't take it for like the energy bouncing off the wall. I take it so I can, focus on my task at hand and just keep me on track all day long. So that's really what keeps me focused.
So it's a vitamin?
NRG is a capsule. It's like an energy capsule.
Okay.
Yes. And like I said, it helps with mental clarity. It helps with focus. It helps with, it burns 300 calories.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And it helps just your body overall. There's
I'll have
so
to look
many,
into that.
yes, there is so many amazing testimonies that have come from people from using NRG.
Tell us about the resolution drops that I'm going to be getting from you soon. You got me wanting to look at the NRG because I'm like, really, to be honest with you, I didn't mean to stop you. I'm just want to let you know that what you're doing is amazing. And the transformation from your mind and actually working out physically, you're just letting us know that the products that you're taking are reflecting that. And I'm amazed. And that's why I'm at a time in my life where in this self journey, the mind is really important to me. And I know that every day I have to nourish my mind, but I want to confess, like, my eating habits suck. Like, I'm not there yet. Like, I'm there, but I'm like, okay, Brittany, which route do you want to go? Because I've been following, it's some people online, Mr. and Mrs. 2 Weeks. They do a RI 28. They're in Atlanta, Georgia. His mom, Mr. 2 Weeks, I love her to death. And I just started following him and his journey. And I was like, okay, I'll do the programs, how they have the programs or whatever. But I've never stuck to anything. I even know a lot of ladies that are doing what you're doing, but I've never actually sat down and took the time to focus and do it, because this shows that you have a lot of discipline. That's really what I wanted to say out of all of that.
I'll be honest with you. I do think I do have discipline. And when I set my mind on something, I'm somebody who does it. But I was talking to somebody the other day and she's like, if I'm just consistent, I can do it. And one thing that I learned from the products is that because they give your body what it needs, now it's like a mind, body, and soul thing. Right? Because your body now has the vitamins, the nutrients that it needs, it's not going to be craving all of the things that you're craving, because you're taking because you're detoxing your body of all the crap that's inside of it, now you're not feeling sluggish and bloated anymore. So while people like, I feel like it helped, not I feel like, I know it helps with consistency, because it's putting your body in peak performance, and you have to take the products, right? It's not going to be a one-day thing. In 1 month, you will notice the difference. With the NRG, you'll notice the difference in a day. But for your whole body to start working the way it's supposed to, you will have to, just taking them will be consistent, and that will help you. Because with the NRG, one thing that I did want to mention was that I did some research on it recently, and it actually has something in there that is used to fight depression, which is what led me out of my depression. Just when I started taking it consistently, I feel like I started waking up more. And I made a post on Instagram the other day, like, hey, I've been asleep for too long. And these are all the things that help me wake up, to help me see like there's more. Like, I should be excited to wake up every single day, because there's somebody who does not get to wake up. There's somebody who doesn't get to love on their loved ones, their spouses, their kids. And you can't.
We all should be excited to wake up every day.
Yes.
Sometimes we take for granted what's most important.
Yep.
And I had to realize, I had to center myself, really. It took, it takes an effort every day, but I definitely realized that you can be here one day and gone tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah. And so life is precious. So why hang on to the negativity as far as like self-talk? Why let something bother you? Because what people don't realize is that 80% of what we think is negative. When I was researching that, I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that our brain is programmed to think negative.
Because we are, like, I think it's our subconscious, it's created to protect us, right? So if we think too positive, then we think we can do too much. Right. And then it's like, wait a minute, like, don't do too much. Then we're not like, you may just you'll do too much out of your comfort zone. So I think the negativity comes from trying to protect us. But in reality, it's not real protection. We just stay in survival mode because we're not really fulfilled. We're not doing anything that's fulfilling us.
And I had to learn that too. I'm still learning. And I was like, I'm just going to put myself out there. And either you love me or you don't. I enjoy the tips that you give me or whatever. Brittany, do this. Like my family, they're very blunt. They're going to tell you, Brittany, you're too loud. Brittany, that don't sound right. I don't like that. I appreciate it though.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there anything that you can think of as far as, learning yourself? And as far as self-talk, when the negative thoughts come, what are some things that you do to rebuttal those thoughts?
So one thing that I do is I read. I'm very big on personal development. And as an entrepreneur, you have to, because you have to unlearn basically everything. Well, I know for me, I was not raised in an entrepreneurship environment or with an entrepreneur family or anybody who, was an entrepreneur. So I have to unlearn most of the things that I've learned to relearn things. And that's something that this business has taught me. It has taught me to really focus on what do I want, right? And have to detach it from the things that I've learned. Because a lot of times we think that there's something that we want. That's not really it. It's because we've been conditioned for that.
Right, our culture.
Yes, our culture, our environment, school, parents, siblings. And like I said, it goes back to our subconscious, trying to protect us. Our environment, our parents, our siblings, they're also trying to protect us. It's like, don't try something new, because if you fail, you're going to be sad, not knowing that you can try something new. And if you fail, you can learn from it. But what if you do succeed?
Right.
Like, what if you do succeed? And I cannot imagine somebody trying to learn something new and not learning anything at all. I just cannot imagine that. Like, if you're trying something new, there is something you're going to get out of it. Definitely.
This is amazing. Everything you're saying is just amazing because, you know, we were talking before and we was like discussing what we were going to talk about. And in my mind, you know, not even knowing nothing about Miss Eleni, you know, I was like, girl, you got this. Like, it's going to just flow. You are already representing self-talk. Every day, I appreciate you showing your authentic self, getting on camera and showing us your journey, your transformation. Anything like as far as showing us the good and the bad. And I appreciate that. I think that you should just keep doing that because you're shining bright. So I had to say that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And that is the goal. I still feel like I'm developing. We're
Right.
always developing,
We
my
are.
friend says we are always becoming.
Becoming.
Yes. So in that, I feel like because I'm still developing, there's things I want to learn, but I still feel like there's like, my name means light. So I want to be the person that brings light to other people. Like when you know how there's people, they step in the room and they're loud. So you know they're there because they're so loud.
Loud.
Right. I love those people because I need it. Like I'm more of a calm down type of person. But for me, I want to be the person that when I step in a room, I want to light up the room. Like I want people to feel my energy, very positive, and just light up in a very positive and encouraging and beautiful way. That is something that I'm really like, I want to grow into my actual name.
Right. Well, you're already doing that. You're already a light within the social media. And I'm pretty sure if you're showing me all the way from Texas, then you're showing those locally around you. So definitely thank you. Thank you for giving everybody positive reinforcement that this is always a learning experience. That is something that you have to focus on daily.
Yes.
Practice that. Okay, right.
You don't just wake up and say no. It's an all day thing, especially at the beginning where you're reconditioning your brain and your mind and your subconscious, because things get thrown at you all throughout the day. So if you don't stay alert, it's going to be so easy to bring you back to that moment where you're like, I can't do this, or all the negative stuff, which will always happen. I don't want people to feel like you reach a destination.
No, it's never a destination. I had to learn that. It's a journey.
Yes. And it's a beautiful journey, you know, and then you get to impact other people. That's why I love what I do, because like when you do it for yourself, it's beautiful, but when you're able to help somebody else do it, that changes everything.
Right. It's all about serving.
Yes. I remember sitting in the car with my mom when I was younger and I said, I want to change the world. She's like, you can't do that. And I'm like, well, if I change one person's life, I can change the world because I'll change their world and everybody around them.
That's all that matters. One person.
Yes. Because that's that one person that will impact others, or you just don't know what people are going through.
No, and especially with the pandemic, I had to come to realization with that. And then when I dropped the podcast and people were reaching out to me, I was like, baby, I'm doing something right. Like, okay, because we want to be perfect. We want to show this image that everything is together. And nobody, not even the celebrities, you know, they put on this persona because that's what they have to do. In some cases, you know, but they're regular people just like us.
Absolutely. Yes, they are.
I want to thank you so much for coming on episode number 11, Self-Talk with Miss Eleni. Please let us know where we can find you on social media.
So I am on Instagram, first name, last name, Eleni Arguello, ELENIARGUELLO. And on Facebook, Eleni Arguello as well. I'm working on my TikTok. I am not there yet.
I'm not either. That's my daughter.
I'm trying to get my son to help me and he is not having it. But yes, you can find me on Instagram and on Facebook. And, you know, I have a link on there. I'm available if anybody wants to message me just to talk a little bit more. join my team. It's just so many things. And this is great because I just hit a new rank in my company. Today, yes. So I am a proud director with Total Life Changes. So things are, I love it how things are just happening and I'm just helping other people. So this was very special for me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm honored that you came on the show today. I am signing out. This is episode number 11, Self-Talk. Thank you, Miss Eleni.
Thank you.